What's up, guys? This is Bullby the Fell-Handed. Today we are on Great Wall Standard Battle. The Greens have taken the northwest spawn, and the Reds have taken the southeastern spawn. And I am in the Snake Bite. Now, this tank is nothing less than phenomenal. The speed on this thing is incredible. And you will notice it gets away from me at times. You really need to know how to manage this speed. It's not your typical, bulldog, chaffee, batchat, what have you. This thing almost does not stay on the ground. It's so fast. Look how fast I'm going uphill. I mean, come on. This thing is amazing, and you will see certain points in the game I am having great difficulty getting this thing under control, because if you go for the circle jerk, you can end up coming back full around and catching yourself on the guy's turret if you're not careful. I mean, I'm impressed. Moving on. This tank, as far as I know, does have +2 matchmaking, which is very nice, especially when you're, in a light tank. This is kind of the opposite of the AMX Chaffee, which plays up to 10s, being a tier 6. This only plays up to 8s. Now, the downside is this does not have your typical Cromwell-esque gun, which has a pretty decent penetration, so you have to end up running quite a bit APCR on this particular tank. I have been told from light tank people who have this that yes, you definitely have to utilize a lot of APCR, and primarily because the gun is just ineffective. Granted, of course, most of the time you're going to be firing in the side of the rear, but they still have trouble penetrating some tanks. So right now, we're firing standard rounds. I kind of like to see, when I've got a tank, I just kind of like to see what it'll do. And I'm having trouble here. I'm not really necessarily having trouble, but I've got some rounds that are bouncing. And speaking of which, the DPM on this thing is amazing. I would highly recommend this tank to anyone. The aim time, I mean, man, this thing is pretty awesome. I'm enjoying it. And as you can see here, I'm doing pretty good with standard AP rounds. Granted, of course, I'm not fighting anything big and nasty. Also, I think that the aim time on this tank kind of offsets the fact that the reticle is so darn big. I mean, it's kind of big as a pie plate almost at certain times, but it scopes in extremely quickly. So there's that. Moving on. I just cannot say enough about the speed of this tank. If you've got this thing going full speed and you decide to clutch brake it and whip it, I mean, you're gonna have issues. I don't quite have the velocity of this gun down, considering this is my first match in it. It's a little bit out of my my league here. I mean, just taking apart this Tiger, what I should have done is just pulled up right beside him and fired on him and just got him right off the board here. I mean, the rear end of this tank, I mean, it's amazing. I should have, if I was in my own state of mind, I would have just murdered the Tiger and moved on, because the DPM on this tank could get it done easily. The issue was that I had a couple of guys on me. This is an amazing tank. 13-17, as you can see there wasn't much skill. There was wide open, and that was it. Guys, I hope you enjoy. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share.